Manny Pacquiao has agreed to terms to fight Floyd Mayweather. I'm Darren Haynes with the ESPN headlines. ESPN.com senior boxing writer Dan Rayfield joins us on the phone. Dan, what's the latest that you can tell us on this possible fight that could happen?
Well, listen, the fact is that they've been trying to get this deal done for, really, I guess if you really want to get down to it, about the better part of the last 6 or 7 years. But in more recent weeks, pretty much since Manny Pacquiao's fight in November, the two sides have been trying to work out a deal. Top ranks Bob Arum, who's Manny Pacquiao's promoter, has been working with Les Moonves, who's the chief executive of CBS, which has Floyd Mayweather under contract for 2 more fights, and he's been serving as the go-between with Mayweather's side. And they got to a point where, in the last day or two, Manny Pacquiao has agreed to the terms that they have been talking about. The problem is that that's not a surprise, frankly, that Pacquiao finally signed off on it. He really wants to fight. He's never said anything otherwise. But we still are not sure if Floyd Mayweather Jr. is going to sign off on his end of the deal, and we wait to see what happens.
So what was the difference maker? Because people have been waiting a long time for this fight. What was the difference maker for Manny Pacquiao's side to agree to this?
I think it got to a point where they were comfortable with the deal that was presented to them after a long, hard slog. And I think it got to a point where, if you listen to things that Pacquiao has been saying since he fought Algieri in November, he really wants this fight. He's willing to take less money than in the previous negotiation that they had tried to make work. He agreed to take the kind of drug testing that Floyd Mayweather wanted for this fight. They agreed to go on the date that wasn't the most convenient for them. My point is that they've, I'm not saying they were perfect soldiers and citizens in this whole situation, but at the end of the day, they agreed to the things that Floyd, had said were important. And now we wait to see whether Floyd will sign off on it. Personally, I'm not so sure that he does.
Why do you think he won't sign off on this? It's talking about Floyd Mayweather.
I think that Floyd would be willing to do the fight, but I've just long thought that, as great of a fighter as he is, he wants to make a deal where he gets things his way. And he doesn't want to hold Pacquiao in a regard that he deserves based on his status in the sport. Now, the other thing that's important to this is I'm not sure what the motivation is for Floyd to accept the fight at this point of his career, because he still has 2 fights left on his Showtime CBS contract, each of which will pay him in excess of $30 million. So, of course, if he did fight Pacquiao, he would make way, way more than that. But it's nice to be able to wake up and say, I can go to work 2 times, I can make more than $65 million, and I can basically pick my own opponent. So I'm not sure what the urgency is on his behalf to make the fight, as much as the public has wanted to see it for a number of years.
That's ESPN.com senior boxing writer Dan Rayfield with the latest on Manny Pacquiao agreeing to terms to fight Floyd Mayweather. For more on this story, just keep it right here on ESPN.com.